Hey Crazy, doing a video response to your most recent video on the bill for Congress, and now you say, oh, it's totally unnecessary and they're covered elsewhere. If they were, they wouldn't actually be putting forward this bill. The bill in question gives people that are members of the LGBT community as much protection as, depending on your race, religion, sex, national origin, yada yada yada. I actually read through most of the bills, good portion of the bills, and basically all the bills in the bill, in the perceived bill, on all the lines, were housing, yada yada yada, job, yada yada yada, and yada 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 was the exact same on each line, so that's why I went yada yada yada. And yeah, you believe that we shouldn't have any kind of rights, and you believe it should not be underneath hate speech for bring up Sodom and Gomorrah and yada yada yada, and you bring up the KKK, and it's perfectly legal for them to do their hate speech, and it should be legal for the church to do theirs. Really? Is that your argument? You know, because, oh, it doesn't hurt nobody. You know, one little kid going head and hitting another child in the head because with a bat because, you know, the first child gave the other, one boy gave another little boy a Valentine. Didn't know any better. He was like, what, in the 4th grade or something? And yeah, LGBT members have the highest suicide rate in high school. And it's because we got fundamentalist dipshits like you. Pure and simple. So you want to be able to keep doing your hate speech. And by the way, I remember that you bring up Romans, and in the part of Romans where it says about the homosexuality, God gave them over to their unnatural lusts, and men slept with men, and women had unnatural relationships. Of course, that could mean anything from, you know, like turning men down for sex, getting together and beating the crap out of a rapist, you know. Completely unnatural things to do. And, but you seem to, people always seem to forget to bring up the other part of Romans, where it actually brings up the fact that these people went from being Christians to pagans, and to make sure that God saw them as unclean in his eyes, he turned them over to these unnatural lusts. But wouldn't that be false idolatry? Isn't that one of the, you know, the thou shalt nots? Like the 10 big frickin' things not to do. But yeah, you know, God's gonna turn a guy into a cocksucker, and that's gonna remind him that he's unclean. Really? Really? Do you really want to bring up Romans? Does that make any effing sense? No, it doesn't make any sense to me either. But yeah. So, Crazy, thank you for supplying those numbers, and I'd like to say congratulations. I see you've gone up from like 90-something subscribers when I made the Pepsi video. I think it was like 93 or 97 subscribers, 98, something like that. Now you're up to 160, and I looked through your most recent videos and watched the one on numbers where you were talking about the genealogical history of the Bible. And that was actually kind of interesting. And I noticed that all your other videos have pretty much been, you know, encouraging words to like Woods of Jordan, and comes off as an idiot in his videos. But, you know, I can fully respect that. I've done that for several friends of mine on here. Done that for a buddy of mine. He doesn't make videos anymore. I don't know. His name was Coon Killer or something, some country kid. And also I've made one or two for my buddy, the Night Vision Phantom. Really nice guy. I don't know if you've ever talked to him. Very nice guy. A creation fundamentalist, but a person that's willing to actually talk. And yeah, but I'm digressing. As usual, blabber, blabber, blabber. But the numbers that Crazy put forward are, of course, going to be over yonder. because I mean he was nice enough to put them out, so I might as well be nice enough to do it too. Another thing that you mentioned about, you know, KKK. Let's see, what's on their list of people we hate? Blacks, Jews, Muslims, gays. Wow. There's like 2 fingers separating us, man. Wow. So basically I'm going to call my senator tomorrow and tell them to vote yes on it, because basically, you know, you say constitutional minority, and well, yeah, you can blow that out your pie hole. Also, another thing that happens quite often with radical groups, like the KKK, Westboro Baptist Church, well, they haven't done it yet, but religious fundamentalist groups, what have you, they go and they do an attack of some sort, a terrorist attack, and then they go, well, I'm not affiliated with anybody. KKK members, and especially the Aryan Brotherhood, are very famous for that. And it's known as lone wolves. You might want to look it up, because if there was a lone wolf coming to kill me, they'd probably come and kill you too. So, later.